Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Marvel Champion card game hero pack unboxing content spoiler. I've already opened it, sleeved everything, but it's gonna be the same as an unboxing basically. So this is for the Incredible Hulk. Um, so you buy one of these hero packs, it's really fun because you get a 40 card pre-built deck for the Hulk, 30 extra cards. The aspect cards you can be added into, swap around for other heroes, or you can mix and match and basically create your own deck. Plus, we have his Nemesis set with the Abomination. Um, So, like some of my other videos, I was super excited because all the hero packs come with these cool posters. I was disappointed because the base set doesn't. But here we have a cool poster of the Hulk sword cutting down some missiles. I like the fact because there's no like logo like the Incredible Hulk or Marvel Champions on here. So you could essentially frame these and have these be posters. So I wish they would have put these in the base set. Even if it would have been like a group shot of like all the heroes or something, like all 5 heroes like hanging out, like that would have still been cool. And on the back, of course, there's all our credits. We have hero packs talking about who the Hulk is, any special stuff he has. Plus, it's saying he has the aggression deck, and how to use some of the cards. I'm not going to worry about reading over that. Let's hop in and look at the character. Alright. So the Hulk is very interesting and unique versus some of the other heroes. Now he's going flying. So we have I keep calling the Incredible Hulk. He's just the Hulk. So first we're gonna notice he has no thwart. He instinctively, without anything adding to him, he can't thwart. So it's slightly different than his ally version, who actually has a dash. The dash in the ally version means he can never thwart. No matter what, you can't even give him a bonus. At least here at 0, he has the potential of gaining a bonus. If you have a card that does, it's just he's probably not. But because of that, he has 3 attack, 3 defense. He's definitely built sturdy. He's an Avenger. He's a Gamma. So we've also seen the She-Hulk was a Gamma. He has a hand size of 4 and 18 hit points, so he can take some hits, but he doesn't have a lot of hand. Here's what makes him really, I don't want to say hard. I think he'd be a different way to play. I don't want to ever say he's hard. He has Enraged, a force interrupt. When your turn ends, you discard your head. Hulk is not sorry. Hulk is Hulk. So basically what that means, you play as the Hulk, your turn ends, you discard your hand. You can't plan, you can't save cards. Like, oh, I can use this in 2 turns, I can use this next turn. Nope, if you don't use what's in your hand, you're losing it. Hulk doesn't make plans, he just reacts to what is available to him at the time. So it makes him very interesting. And if we flip him over, we have good old Bruce Banner, who has a recovery of 4. Genius Scientist. I'm kind of surprised his recovery is so high. But he has a hand size of 5. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. She's a Genius Scientist. Experimental Research. Action. Discard 1 card. Choose a card or draw 1 card, sorry. And then choose and discard 1 card for your hand. Limit once per round. So basically, Bruce Banner's side is you can draw a card, discard something else, you can set up, and then, boom, flip over to the Hulk. I have my hand set up, I know what I need to do it, because then you're going to lose it. And it's kind of how he's got to get played. See, I think you're going to be flipping back and forth between these two a lot if you want to actually plan stuff you want to do. So that makes Hulk very interesting. So now let's look at the Hulk deck itself and see what we got. We have a Crushing Blow event, so it's an attack. You can only spend fist resources to pay for this card. So that's one thing the Hulk has a lot of. You have to play the fist or the strength cards to do stuff. Heroic Action. Deal damage to an enemy equal to your attack. So it's kind of nice with this. Is imagine Hulk has this out. He spends an attack. spends a card, plays this, hits them for 3. Then you can tap, hit them for another 3. So you can do 6 damage in one turn for, and if you boost up his attack somehow, even better. So you got 2 of those. His Hulk Smash for 3. Hero Interrupt. When you make a basic attack, you get plus 10 attack for that attack. If you paid for this card using only fist resources, it gains Overkill. And I believe what Overkill was if you attack like a minion, it goes through them and goes right to the villain, main villain. I can't remember what they were called. I played so much Legendary, I kept wanting to say Mastermind. Yeah, so that's definitely cool. But now you gotta remember though, this is, when you make a basic attack, you can play this to then add to 10. You can't give him 10 and then play Crushing Blow, because it's an interrupt action. But you have to play Fist. But so far, both of our cards, all 4 of them, I guess, have been Fists. We have Suborbital Leap, another Fist. So he does have a Thwart ability. So he has remove 3 threat from his scheme, 5 instead if you paid only using Fist resources. Leave Hulk alone. So he does have a way, even though he has no thwarting ability, he can thwart with this card. And downloading 3 is actually pretty decent. Like, maybe not for 3 costs, I don't know, but up to 5, that's actually pretty cool. Plus, it's another Fist resource. Here we have another Fist resource on Thunderclap. Hero Action. Choose up to 3 different enemies, deal 3 damage to each of them. So now, that's actually fun. You can actually spread up to 3 damage. So you can choose up to 3. So you can choose 1 and do 3 damage to them. Choose 2 and do 1 and 2. Or choose 3 and do 1 each. Just depends on what you need to take care of. 1 big villain. 2 guys. Spread the damage out. Maybe take out a bunch of tiny minions. And then we have Unstoppable Force. Another one that only uses strength. So Hero Action. Ready Hulk. If you paid for this card using like Fist resources, you can draw a card. So this is actually pretty incredible. To use with the Hulk, because attack. And then you can do this to ready him. Now he's ready to attack again, or you can save him to defend. Or attack again. You can do 2 attacks. Plus you can draw a card, which helps you play some more cards. You need some more help playing cards. He has a special resource called Limitless Strength. Spend only in hero form, but it gives him 3 attack. He's got 2 of them. So before we look at any more cards, I want to point this out. Need to be Hulk. Hero Action. Need to be Hulk. Hero Action. Need to be Hulk. Hero Action. Hero Interrupt. Hero Action. So, every one of his cards in the deck, so which there's 2 of each, all require strength cards to either actually work or to be better. Which are all strength, so they work very well together, but they all require to be Hulk. I only got 3 cards left, so let's see what they do. So we have Banner's Laboratory, which is a genius. It's a location. He gets +2 recovery, which gives him an incredible 6 recovery points. So basically, you can just sit out as Hulk, and block them, attack. And then when you untap it, and block during your turn to take the damage. And then after a couple of turns, you're just doing basic attacks, even of 3, or not really planning stuff, you could then turn around and flip them over. And if you're doing 6 recovery for 18, like, that's 2 turns and you fully recovered, almost pretty much fully recovered the Hulk. So that's actually pretty incredible. Plus, you can exhaust this to gain a genius resource. The best thing about my lab is nobody bothers me here. So this one actually, but you have to be Bruce Banner. Which makes sense. Alright, then the last 2, we're going to get some upgrades. We're going to get Boundless Rage. Condition Gamma. Hero form only. Hulk gains 1 attack. So there we go with that one thing where it gains a bonus attack. Or it does damage equal to his attack. Here he does an extra attack. Or you force him to using his attack. Even better. Force response, after you change form, discard this card. So, this one works really cool because, again, it's another Hulk only card, but as long as you stay as the Hulk, you get it. But the problem is, as soon as you change back, it gets discarded. So that kind of helps with the Hulk's other card being able to search his draw a card while thwarting, or Bruce Banner being able to look for cards, because you look for this to find it, to have it ready to go. Flip over to the Hulk, play it, immediately have one extra attack. His other upgrade, immovable object, you get 4 more hit points, and he gains retaliate 1. Hulk, never give up, never surrender. So again, find these cards with Bruce Banner, flip over to the Hulk, you have, 22 hit points, plus retaliate, so someone hits you, you actually do damage back to them, plus you have an extra attack, plus both of these are also strength cards. You need to spend them. So Hulk has a very interesting deck. And that's what makes this game so cool, is everyone plays a little bit differently. Because, I mean, he could have been copy of She-Hulk with strength cards, or, Tony Stark kind of idea of, like, he has to build up cards to become the Hulk or something, or, whatever. But that's what makes this game really fun. Let's look at his aggression cards. So, these are the aggression aspect cards that come with him, which, again, can be used with any other deck. But they're kind of tailored into his. So we have Brawn, who is Amadeus Cho in his Hulk form. So eventually when they stop calling him Totally Awesome Hulk, they call him Brawn. He has 1 thwart, 1 attack. So for a Hulk, he's not very strong, but he can thwart. But after he attacks, you move 1 threat from his team. So basically, if he attacks, you're thwarting at the same time. I'm the strongest one there is, and the smartest. That's all the authority I need. So that's 5 hit points. So basically, you could attack 4 times, and you also thwart 4 times at the same time before, or 5 times before he dies. So that's actually pretty cool. We have the Sentry, Robert Reynolds, who has a 2 and a 3, but he has a force response. After Sentry enters your plane you're controlled, deal yourself 1 encounter card. This represents the Void. So when I use my powers of 1,000,000 exploding suns, I unleash the Void. He attacks the world every time I try and save it. So when he comes into play, you gotta get hurt. So is there a trade-off there? It kind of makes sense in an aggression deck too. If you're being aggressive, you're probably going to get hurt a little bit more. Now we do get a She-Hulk. So if you play this with anyone else playing She-Hulk, including yourself, you can only use it for the resource. Which even in the Hulk deck isn't too bad because it's still a fighting. Otherwise, she has 2 thwart, but she takes 2 damage every time she thwarts. And she has 1 attack, but it had 1 for a Hulk. Again, 1 attack for a Hulk, but she has 1 attack for each damage token here. So it's basically thwart, take 2 damage tokens, and now she has 3 attack. The only problem you have to watch out for is she only has 4 health. But yeah, definitely an interesting ability. So it's kind of neat that the Hulk, being an aggression character, has 3 allies. But he has no allies in his deck, which is also a first. I believe every other character that has had, like, their team-up ally, or, like, signature ally, I guess some people call it, in their hero deck, he doesn't have one. But he gains 3 in the aggression, which is definitely cool there. Plus, it's also more aggression allies. We have the Drop Kick. So another hero action for the Hulk. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using only strength resources, stun that enemy and draw a card. So definitely works well with the Hulk, because you do 4 damage, because you're almost everything you play is going to be strength, plus you get to draw a card and stun the enemy. And it's just strength. So we have an energy and we have a genius. So we get 3 of those. We have toe to toe, which is a genius. So I have another hero action. Choose an enemy. That enemy deals damage. to you, deal 5 damage to the enemy. So again, Hulk can probably take any hit, but he automatically do 5 damage, which will take out pretty much every base minion, most of the nemesis, and it's gonna really hurt all the villains. We got 3 of those. You'll pay for that with a Daredevil and the Hand Ninja. So this one's actually a thwart, which Hulk can use more of. It's another hero response. After the villain attacks you, remove 1 threat from the scheme for each damage you took from that attack to a maximum of 5. So let the villain attack you, take the damage because Hulk can definitely take it, and you're gonna remove stuff and do some thwarting. And again, you can then flip over to Bruce Banner. You have a natural 4. You can get potentially up to 6. You can recover that without a problem. I feel like the Hulk deck, you're going to spend most of the time as the Hulk, and occasionally flipping over to Banner to like heal yourself. Power of Aggression, of course, we're going to get 2 of those. And then we have Martial Prowess, which is a skill. Play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Resource, exhausted to generate a fist for an attack event. So you can generate fist, but it's only for an attack. But that's actually not that bad for the Hulk to play it. It's kind of odd that they gave you 3 in the deck, because it's 1 per player. But again, you can spend these to use them for Hulk's abilities. But yeah, we have that attack. Use it for that attack. Plus all of his other ones. There's 2 in there. Plus he has your conditions, location, strength. Might not have a ton. That's a thwart. That's a superpower. So he only has 1 other attack. So it's decent, but it's not going to hit as often as maybe you'd like. But again, that's what makes this game so much even more fun, because it's the deck building aspect. You could be like, well, I only have 2 attacks plus 1 in Hulk's deck. I don't have a lot of attacks. Pull 2 of them out. Keep 1 just to have. You don't have to have 3 of them. Throw in something else that helps you from a different character. Let's now look at the basic cards that came. So we have To the Rescue, a thwart, another hero action. So again, there's not much for Bruce Banner to do, because lots of these cards require the hero. But you get to remove 2 threat from a scheme. So anything that helps Hulk do that, then you don't have to worry about it. Our energy, our genius, and our strength. And so now, this should be like the one time I could maybe justify getting rid of both of these 2 basic cards. The energy and the genius. Yes, they give you 2 energy, but toss them out for 2 other basic cards that give you even 1 strength, because all of Hulk's stuff requires strength. Like, I could see deck building that way. We have Avengers Matching, 1 per player. Exhausted player draws a card to help Hulk get some more cards back in his hand. And the Helicarrier. Exhausted, choose 1 player, reduce the resource cost of the next card to play the space by 1. So get you like that. Like, get rid of both of them. You can't play more than 1, but get other cards like the Helicarrier, like the Quinjet or something like that, to help you get other cards into play. But yeah, and these cards have been in so many decks, it's not even. But yeah, this is definitely a fun one to include in some other decks. Just 2 costs to do some extra thwarting. Nice. Alright, and then we have his obligation card. So we have Inner Demons. Give to the Bruce Banner player. Change form. Flip your identity. So this one's different than all the other ones, because all the other ones so far have said you can change. So if you're superhero form, you could flip your identity, your alter ego, and then you can choose what you want to do. This one says, nope, you flip it. You have to flip it. Then if you are Bruce Banner, discard 2 cards and then discard this. Or if you are Hulk, exhaust your hero and then discard this. So you don't have an option. on which one you get to do, and it's gonna hurt. So, for example, like as a comparison, the Doctor Strange ones, give the Stephen Strange player, you may flip your alter ego form and then choose. So if you want, you can exhaust Stephen Strange to remove it from the game. So basically, it's like Stephen Strange exhausted, he takes a nap, his physical cold goes away, or you can be like, I'm gonna take a little bit. I can't afford to not do anything this turn, and you can play the next event you play, but then this gets discarded. And then you have to maybe fight it again at some point, potentially. Inner Demon, on the other hand, you do not have a chance to get rid of it. If you're the Hulk, you are now Bruce Banner, and you're discarding cards. If you were Bruce Banner, you're now the Hulk. Like you were hoping to recover on your next turn or do something else, and you're the Hulk, and you have to discard this card. And then you're going to run into this over and over and over again, potentially. And that's actually pretty cool, because it makes sense for the Hulk. Like, Spider-Man has an obligation of an eviction or whatever, or Doctor Strange is tired, or whatever. Everyone else can kind of spend a turn, deal with their problems, solve it. Bruce Banner can't deal with it. So it's actually really a cool idea. And then we finally have the Hulk Nemesis deck. We have Abomination, which is 2 and 3 with a 6. So he's actually going to be a little bit difficult to take down. He is also an Elite Gamma. Force Response. After Abomination attacks, discard the top card of your deck. If there's a Strength resource, was discarded this way, take 2 damage. And since almost all of Hulk's cards are, you're going to take 2 damage. So basically, you're going to be the Hulk, focus on Abomination, you have to take him as quickly as possible. Be a great one to use, the one that gives you 10 attack on. Because otherwise, if you keep taking damage, or he keeps attacking you, you're going to keep taking extra damage. We have Total Destruction. This threat cannot be removed while Abomination is in play. Just another reason why you have to take out Abomination as quickly as possible. So it's 2 per player, not terribly high. It's just going to add, but it's going to add another encounter card every time. And then finally, we have 3 of the same last cards, which are Clash of the Titans. When revealed, the enemy with the highest attack attacks the hero or the ally with the highest attack. The first player decides ties. If no attacks are made this way, it gains Surge. So yeah, he's just gonna come out going, and since he already has a 3 attack, he could easily be one of the highest attackers, depending on who your villain is. And then we have the Stop, Don't Play Anymore, everything's mixed in there, and the cards that are in the deck. Yeah, so that's Hulk. I can't wait to try him. He seems like he's gonna play very different than everybody else. Concerns about, and one of the things that makes this game super fun is deciding what villain you're playing against, what hero makes more sense. Also, what heroes you team up with each other. Like, I don't think Thor was very good at thwarting. Hulk has some thwart cards in here, but naturally he can't thwart at all. So having those 2 up against, the Rhino might not be a bad idea. Having them, they can do, Thor. Again, a good example of Thor is good at taking out multiple guys or having minions. Hulk can do lots of damage. So Ultron, probably a good idea. Having both of them up against, Claw, who has low attack but high scheming, maybe not a good idea, because I don't know if they can counteract the scheming quick enough. But again, this could be easily switched around just by switching maybe a different aggression deck, or switch them out to Justice or something. See if that works. See if there's enough Justice or leadership cards or whatever that have enough fist attacks to keep that viable. The customization. Every set that comes out adds more stuff. And there's already, 5 base set heroes with 4 aspects. America, Thor, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, Marvel. So 6 characters of the Hulk. For a total of what, 11 different characters are out right now. Definitely lots of possibilities. I just realized. Did the Hulk not... I just realized that I didn't show off the other Hulk cards. Because I mixed them into my other decks already. Alright, so these are the other aspect cards that come in here. I was wondering why I was mixing stuff. So we have a protection card. So it's Armor Tech. So play under any player's control, 1 max per player, so I can always get 3 of them. Response. After you defend against an attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. So this should be good for like Spider-Man, or even, again, throw them into a Hulk deck if you have other protection cards, because he can definitely defend up the wazoo. So yeah, that's actually a neat little card. What do we have next? We have Leadership, Inspiring Presence. I'm not really sure why they have Ultimate Thor on here versus like Captain America or not, but it's alright. Play only if your identity has the Avengers trait. So it does exclude a few characters. I think that means lots of them going to be able to play if they're a hero. So hero action, heal 1 damage from an ally and ready it. So this is really good for leadership decks. Definitely like Captain America deck. Throw it, again, you can build it into it. That's the whole point of these extra cards. We don't have any more aggression. So we then have the Justice card, which has a fist. We were just talking about that. So we have a Persona support card. We have a Beat Cop. Exhaust Beat Cop, move 1 threat from a scheme to here. Exhaust and discard Beat Cop. To deal 1 damage to a minion for each threat here. So this is actually a really cool card, because you can sit there and turn after turn you can slowly be moving some threat. And then eventually you can turn around and just pile on the damage. I need to do, like, even if it's something like, it has to be to a minion, so you can't take out the villain with it, but that means also, like, Abomination drops out. Boom, you hit him for what, he had 6 health? You hit him for 3 even. Now the Hulk can take him out during that turn. So it's definitely cool. And then the final one we had in this deck. Resourceful, which is a resource. Discard Resourceful, generate 1 wild resource. I can see this getting put into a lot of different decks just because you play it for 1, but it's a free any resource. So it works really good with Hulk, who needs to have fist resources. Captain Marvel, who's looking for energy resources at times. Spider-Man, he has at least 1 or 2 cards that look for a strength or like a tech card. So just because it's a wild and it can work towards anything, that actually works out really cool. And again, this is another reason why buying these other sets are really fun, because you get them. Yes, it's only like generally 12 cards, and I say that because the one set that had Iron Man as an ally, you only got 1, because you can't have more than 1 unique card. So if they do that more often, you're not going to always get 12 cards. But typically you've gotten 12, 3 for each different color that wasn't in the deck. Plus that Dex aspect cards, which you can mix and match and do a ton of other cool stuff with. So that's the Incredible Hulk. Check out my other videos. If this one's a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth, it's because I've played the game since I've done this, so that's why. See you guys later. Bye.